Good evening, fans. Welcome inside the Luke Urban Fieldhouse. Varsity boys basketball about to tip off here on Fred TV. Evan Massard and Daniel Keating with you for the call of tonight's game. Bishop Connolly coming to Durfee. This is the first of two games that these two will square off on. Durfee still slated to go over to Connolly as well this season. This really should be a good matchup tonight. Connolly comes in 12-3, already earning a playoff spot, Daniel. And we got to see them earlier on Fred TV against Diamond, one of the craziest games that we'll probably see all season. Diamond had a 14-point lead in the fourth quarter with 5:55 to go. Connolly put up 28 points from that point forward and won.
Wow.
It was incredible. It was an incredible game. So, and you know, for Durfee, they're 8-7. They're kind of on the bubble again. This is a game that they really want badly. The JV won 71-40. And now Varsity for the Hilltoppers, trying to keep that streak going.
Yeah.
So it's been a good night for the Hilltoppers so far. Going to run down the starters. You want to take Connolly?
Yes, I will. Okay, so we have Benjamin Walls, grade 12, and he's number 1. We have Zachary Mullins, grade 12, number 2. Jamison Souza, grade 12, and uniform number 3. We have, is Harrison Carter out?
Yep, and actually our starters here, I got them circled for you, so these three here are left.
Okay. So we have Matthew Myron, grade 10, and he's number 11. You said these three are all in?
Yep, so these three are our other three starters.
Okay, so we have John Rigo, grade 11, and he is number 13. Peter Rigo, grade 11, number 24. We have Cooper Creek, grade 12, uniform number 34, and then that's about it.
Those are your 5 starters. Of course, the Cougars led by Coach Billy Shea. And for the Hilltoppers, being introduced right now, their 5 starters, we have number 1, Javon Holly, number 2, A.B. Madrano, number 5, Nilan Nera, number 10, Kumani Neal, and number 25, Ty Lopes. Take a quick pause here. We're going to hear the national anthem from the marching band who are in the house tonight. They were here for the Dartmouth game a couple Fridays ago, and they are here to play the Star Spangled Banner for us tonight. So we'll take a quick pause. Stay with us.
Hey, I'm sorry back there. I read off 6 names. My bad.
And a great job by the Durfee Marching Band, as always. Jay Treloar, the conductor and director. All right, so yeah, Connolly coming in, you know, we talked a little before. Connolly really tough this year. Coach Shea's got a great team going, 12-3. And, you know, again, already in the playoffs. And definitely has a good shot at being, you know, up at the top of the Division IV bracket when the playoffs come around, which tournament seeding is just in a couple weeks, which is amazing to think that the season is already almost over. Durfee, this is their 16th game, same with Connolly, so only a couple more to go. And Hilltoppers, again, at 8-7 with Somerset coming up, New Bedford coming up, you know, this would really be a big win for them.
Yeah.
They lost to Brockton on Friday, but Coach Guimond was telling me today, I talked to him during the day, and he was as optimistic as I've ever seen a coach after a loss. because the boys really played very hard on the road, and the comeback didn't fully happen, but it was a much closer game than the home game here a few weeks ago. Cooper Creek looking to start the scoring, and he does with the outside three.
Great look.
Yep, from the corner.
You know, and if you're Durfee here, you definitely want to get out, come out strong here, you know, really set the pace and the momentum. And, you know, everything else falls into place from there, you know. Just, you got to hit shots, and that's how they're going to win this game, you know. Just get out fast and stay aggressive, you know.
No, and you said it, and that's the thing. If they have to, Javon Holly gets his 2 points. The Hilltoppers have to make the most of every possession.
Yeah.
If the threes aren't working, start driving to the basket, and vice versa. Because we've seen when the Hilltoppers have had trouble offensively, it's usually when they're not hitting the outside shot, and then they're having trouble getting underneath. So, and there's a three from A.B. Medrano, no good. Creek with the rebound. You know, Creek is so tall for the Cougars. I think he's 6'7", if I'm not mistaken. Like, he's up there. And, I mean, you can tell he's towering over everybody on the court. But he can hit the outside shot. He's not just a center underneath. You know, he is deadly from three-point land, and we saw that in that Diamond game back on the 15th of January.
Yeah, no, you always got to, you know, cover the perimeter. You know, definitely with you have a stretch big out there. He can do all things pretty much. You're gonna see him step back here. Not gonna fall, but I mean, they really could fall, and that could get deadly. So Durfee needs really to stay on top of that.
I correct myself. It was actually January 14th, but that game, Connolly versus Diamond, was nuts. Nilanera for three, a little long, and the tip back by John Rigo. And pulling it out here, Zachary Mullins goes out of play. Cougars will keep it.
You know, and if you're Connolly here, definitely you want to look for something on the inside, especially you have a center who's that dominant here. And I haven't seen much of this team yet, but I mean, some of these guards look like they can definitely slash the inside, you know, bang the boards and really, like, get out there.
Good rebound from Kumani Neal. Really went up the ladder there to get it.
Yeah.
A.B. Medrano, nice move. Kicks it out to Nilanera. Wanted to go for three, couldn't get set. Now Neal gets the pass, and he loses the ball. And the Cougars are going to have it. Looked like the Hilltoppers were in I actually thought A.B. was going to just take it to the basket. I like the unselfishness, but Nilan couldn't get set with Creek coming in.
Cougars run up the ball here. It looks like Durfee's going in almost man-to-man coverage here. And they're going to kick it out to the perimeter three.
And, you know, the key with Durfee, too, is when they go on the press, that was tipped, I think, off of Neal. That was a signal. So it should be Cougars ball with 11 on the shot clock. But you're right. The full court press, this team is a bit faster than last year.
Yeah.
And I remember Coach saying that from the start. With that said, they were able to do the full court press a little bit better. So able to kind of really give the opposing offense some trouble as Medrano gets it in. Hilltoppers with their first lead. It's 4-3, 3 minutes in. But this is the kind of defense when the Hilltoppers press, they have traditionally given an offense a lot of trouble. And I think against a team like Connolly that is very good offensively, this is what you need. Creek open, drains it.
And you were right. He might get out of the box here and just be unconscious from the three. I mean,
Javon Holly, nice move to the basket, and that's good for the tie. And a timeout. Coach Shea on the court, calling timeout halfway through this first quarter. 6-6 the score. In that game at Connolly, Cooper Creek finished with, 18 points. Yeah, 18 points. And of the 18, 11 of those came in the fourth quarter. He had 3 from downtown in the fourth quarter. I mean, the offense was nuts in the fourth quarter anyway. But he had a very big fourth quarter. That helped them tremendously. Those threes came on their big comeback when they were down 14. John Rigo, number 13, you know, he can be a little sleeper too. He had 26 points in that game too, so he had more than Cooper in that game. Cooper was pretty quiet. First quarter, just the one basket, 3 points in the second quarter, 2 points in the third. So they actually had him kind of under control. And Diamond, size-wise, I think actually is a little bigger than Durfee. So that might have helped. when you're looking at comparison, but already 6 points from the big man for the Cougars. He's got all 6. Zach Mullins handing it off there to Peter Rigo. Now John gets the pass. Little jumper in the paint is good for 2, and he's got some points. And the Cougars retake the lead. Ty Lopes with the quick transition coming down this way, all the way out to Medrano on that far side.
So you're gonna look inside here. Probably gonna pass it out. Yep.
Good job moving the ball around the perimeter. And Javon
shot.
Holly, 6 first quarter points for Holly. Looking good going to the basket. Hilltoppers without their center, Isaiah Morenzi, tonight. So we're going to look for some contributions from other guys, and Holly stepping up big early on. Good defensive play from the Hilltoppers there.
Yeah.
Ty Lopes with the basket.
And you know that really hurts when you're down such a like a center of that caliber. You know, you really need to like you said, have other guys, you know, kind of fill the role here, and you know, and that's what Durfee's going to be looking to do here.
And we're going to have our first foul of the game. Maybe Medrano kind of surprised by it. Nonetheless, the Hilltoppers will pick up their first. Well, they're actually calling on Cumani Neal. It looked like Medrano was the one who stuck the hand in there.
Yeah.
So Neal getting tagged with the foul. It was on the floor, so Peter Rigo will inbound on the far side. Looking at Mullins in stride. Oh, what a block from Holly. He came flying in. And that was all ball, no foul, so Rigo will send it in again, getting it to John Rigo. All the way out to Mullins, back to John, now to Creek in the corner, and he nails it.
Wow, that is impressive. That was deep in the corner, too. That is a great shot.
And that's the thing with the height advantage, is that no one can defend that.
Yeah, no.
I mean, Nillen is tall.
Yeah, and
but
especially
Creek is towering over him.
And like wingspan-wise, I mean, definitely.
It's ridiculous.
Oh, yeah.
But you know what? He's got 9. Holly has 8. All underneath layups, and the Hilltoppers back in front again by a point. We've seen a bunch of lead changes already here in the first quarter. Creek wants a 4th one. Oh, that one's going to bounce up. Neal with the rebound. Holly driving, can't get that one to go. Tips it, and Lopes gets the rebound. Medrano going to the basket. It's fouled and one.
That was a great shot. Wow. Surprised he got that off, too.
Yeah. Him going up and the whistle were pretty simultaneous. Yeah. Cougars going to pick up their first foul, and it is on Peter Rigo. And Medrano looking to make it a 4-point lead with the and one. First free throw for either side. That one no good. Neal with the stretch. Kicks it to Lopes. Out to Holly for 3. Got it.
Wide open.
Holly with 11 points in the first.
You know, you always got to take that shot. You know, it doesn't matter.
He had plenty of time to get set. 17-11 with 2 to play in this first quarter. And the big story, really, Javon Holly with one heck of a first 6 minutes.
And Durfee's really coming out strong here. I mean, they're definitely playing really, really aggressive defense. You know, they're crashing the boards every single possession that the ball goes up in the air. And they don't want this to sell. I mean,
no, they sure don't. And that's the kind of pressure. And Coach was telling me he's happy that we're playing here first.
Yeah.
Because of course the home games, you always have the home crowd, and it's kind of a home game for both sides. But you know,
if you get out 1-0 to a team of this caliber, I mean, you're almost pretty much set to finish there. You know, you get the momentum, and everything's just falling your way.
Cumani Neal with the 3 ball. Back-to-back threes for the Hilltoppers, and the lead is 9 points. Jumper inside, that's no good. Medrano with the rebound, and he'll take it back. Jukes left, Jukes right, going to Nillen, who was breaking underneath. Back to Medrano now, going around the Rigos, back out to Neal. That's off to the right, and no good. Medrano with the rebound, kicks it to Nillen there, and he can't get there in time.
And with Connolly bringing up the ball here, I mean, they're down by, you know, it's slow start definitely. They're down by 9 already. There's 1 minute left. I think right here I would push it inside. I mean, you have a center of that caliber, so and push it inside, you know.
Mm-hmm. Matthew Myron with the basket. That kind of stops the bleeding a little bit. 7-point game, under a minute to play in the first. Nera to Lopes. Nera taking over the defender there, trying to give Lopes some room. And the basket is a little too hard. A little too much on that one. Myron cutting back. Rigo loses it. Yeah, a good steal. Holly feeds it to Neal, 2-on-1. Basket, good. It was a great pass. And again, that's kind of some of the past teams, you didn't see that selfless basketball. It was more of just trying to go. And I'm not criticizing any of the players, but you know, that's the kind of stuff that
it was more
when you have when you have help, just feed it just like that. Madrano to the basket. Everything going the Hilltoppers' way here in this first quarter. The lead is 11 points with 6 seconds. Rigo looking for a lane. Nice spin move in the paint. No good. Rebound is good. Basket counts. Nice job for Rigo to stick with it.
It was a great hustle right before the end of the quarter. You know, you need to definitely stop the bleeding a little bit. The momentum has to kind of go your way going into the second quarter. So definitely that was a you know, a great putback finish.
I mean, you can thank Cooper Creek for the Cougars because those 3 from downtown have helped it to stay at least the 9-point deficit. If you know, take those away, and the Hilltoppers are running away with it big time. And how about Javon Holly, huh? 11 points in the first quarter. A great start for number 1 of Durfee.
And the Cougars really look undersized here, you know, going down. Except for their center, I mean, Durfee has a lot of guys, all like, you know, average, like they're all around like the same height, and and they're just really like they're a lot. They're really fast, and they can just get out in front of everybody, you know. And like with the Cougars being so undersized, they really have to look towards their center to kind of, you know, kind of use his height advantage, you know.
And again, that's the key. You're right. The speed of this team, a little different than what we've seen in the last couple of years. And that's where these dynamic breaks, the steals, the 2-on-1s, we just saw 2 of those breakaways in the last 30 seconds. I mean, just like that, to get 4 points like that, just off a couple steals, I mean, those can be game-changing points at the end of the night. All right, the buzzer sounds. Second quarter about to start. Evan Massoud and Daniel Keating with you on Fred TV. Hilltoppers will have possession to start the second after the opening tip went to the Cougars. And, you know, it's nice, too. Only 1 foul for each side in that first quarter. The first 8 minutes went really quickly because we didn't have many stoppages of play, you know, which keeps the flow of the game going. Couple subs in there for Coach Guimond as a 3-ball put up and drained by Madrano.
That was a great shot. You know, I really like what they're going with. I mean, they're really like making use out of all like the shots they have. You know, kind of like a pick and roll type offense.
12-point lead is their largest. Waltz in there. No good. Madrano with the rebound. Again, a couple subs for the Hilltoppers. Tyron Gilliard in there, number 34. Traquan Fletcher, number 30, who just got the pass. And Brendan McRoy, number 23. He's in there as well. So a couple of the starters taking a seat with the now 12-point lead. Taking a little breather here to start the second. Madrano directing traffic. 10 on the shot clock. McRoy thought of the 3, going to try to drive it, loses the ball, oh, kind of gave up on it. Somehow Madrano gets it back, going to take the shot, and it does not get off. No shot. I mean, good effort there, but really the one who needed to take the shot was Fletcher.
He really tried to be unselfish there, but just not enough time, you know. So we go 6:51 left in the second quarter, and the Cougars are running up the ball here.
That's right, Rigo, John Rigo, that is, taking it across center, get it to Myron.
And they are really pressing, like going up the court, you know, and it's pretty early in the game too, so they're just, you know, keeping Durfee honest here, you know, just making sure there's nothing, no, you know, easy turnovers that they can snag, you know.
And now Madrano going to pick up his first foul. It was on Cooper Creek, who's going to take 2 shots. First trip to the line for the Cougars. And that's just the second team foul for the Hilltoppers. Again, pretty clean first quarter for both sides.
you're Durfee, you're really trying to get this rebound here if it rims out, which it doesn't. And Durfee has to inbound the ball now because they just scored a free throw.
That's right. So 1 for 2 at the line. Good feed underneath to Gilliard.
Wow.
Blocked by Creek.
That was a tenacious block. I mean, he just went up and grabbed it.
John Rigo trying to get around Fletcher. Well defended. Put the shot up, and now he's going to take 2.
You know, I like the spin move, too. And separation is key in that situation. And if next time, you know, just get it to drop, you know. But I mean,
really?
it was a great setback. And
Fletcher's first foul as he came in off the bench. That one doesn't go. That basket not being too friendly to the Cougars here in the first half.
11-point deficit here. They like to cut it to 10, and then they do.
So the Cougars 2 for 4 at the line in this game. McRoy going baseline. I think he stepped out of play, and that's, you know, big credit to Creek's total overmatch in terms of size there, and he forced him out.
You know, you never want to let the opposing team, you know, get a step towards the basket, because that, you know, they can just go right in. But if you can get your man on a steal right here.
Almost.
Oh, almost, yeah.
Fletcher stuck the hand in there and almost took it away. Rigo's got some good moves, John. That is a lot of spin moves. Really has good control when he's got the ball. Creek trying to break in, going to kick it out. That's Myron in the paint. Can't put the shot up.
Oh, foul.
Wow.
Oh, was it a tie?
No, I think it's a jump ball.
Yeah, jump ball.
That's a quick whistle for a jump ball, because I didn't see the Hilltoppers grabbing it. Like,
yeah, I know. I thought it was going to be. I thought it was up and down, to be honest.
Either that, or I was going to say travel even too, because I'm surprised. Well, the possession goes to the Cougars. It resets the shot clock. Got to inbound it. They do get it in. John Rigo, the recipient of the inbound pass, trying to get by Fletcher. Doing a really nice job. Now to Peter Rigo. Jumper. That's no good. Kind of just let it fly that time. Ty Lopes.
Coast to coast here.
Yeah, full steam ahead. That one will not fall.
Rebound
Fletcher with the stretch. Another jump ball, and this one will be Durfee's.
You know, Fletcher just gives a lot of hustle on every single play. I can see it down there on defense. You know, he just does not want the other man to score. So he is definitely putting in 100% effort here.
McRoy's got to get it in. He does. Medrano fakes to his left, comes around this side, no good. Fletcher got the hand. I'm sorry, that was actually Gilliard got the hands in there, but no good. Ooh, kind of a little body check. No foul, though. McRoy really probably should have gotten called on a foul. That's taken away. Fletcher to the basket. Gets it. His first points of the night. And a timeout. 29-17. That's a 12-point lead for the Hilltoppers. 5:10 to play in the half. And Coach Shea wants to talk to the team.
So what do you think here for the, you know, if you're the Cougars going into this and you're down by 12 right now, what's that timeout like for you, you know, if you're the coach?
Well, Coach Shea's going to expect more from his team.
Yeah.
That's the bottom line. You know, these turnovers and stuff, that I know drives him nuts.
Yeah.
If they get in the basket, some of these shots don't go down, well, at least you're getting to the basket. The sloppy turnovers, that drives any coach nuts. And I know Coach Shea, he doesn't like to waste any possession with the ball. No coach does, but.
And do you like the way they're playing right now? Do you like, you know?
I do like the way they're playing. You know, for the Cougars right now, I wouldn't say any deficit's too small after what I saw at Diamond. They're very capable of going on a run here that would cut this lead in half in the blink of an eye. I mean, 12-point lead. They get the ball out to Cooper for 2 threes, and just like that, the lead is in half. So there is, I'm actually surprised they haven't gotten it out to him in this quarter.
Yeah.
Because he's been well defended. They haven't been able to get it to him. And the Hilltoppers have been really tough. Just like that, another steal for Fletcher. Going to the basket, and it's good. And Coach Shea, with his hands on his hips, shakes his head, not happy at all, especially coming right out of the timeout. Tipped, loose ball. They're going to get it out to Waltz. Now to Myron here in the near corner. Back to Waltz, who got his way all the way over here. The three, no good. Creek tips it back to keep it from going out of play. The Hilltoppers going to come away with it. Joel Medina number 0 into the game. He's the one who took that one back. Now Fletcher, thought of 3. And a turnover for the Hilltoppers.
Yeah, definitely you want to avoid, you know, especially if you're Connolly here, because Connolly's been, you know, turning it over just a little bit more than, you know, they should be. And I think here, they're running a full court press here. So it definitely is going to be a lot hard for them to get the ball. You can see them struggling here as the ball gets, is that a backcourt? Or what was that?
Stepped out of bounds.
Oh, did he really?
Yeah, he was forced out. Again, that's what you're getting from the press. Defensively so far, knowing how good Connolly's offense can be. This is, I've been most impressed right now with the Hilltoppers defense. This has really been an impressive 12 minutes of the first half. Still 4 more to go, but we're halfway through the second quarter, and the Cougars have nothing from the field.
Yeah.
Only the two free throws that they made. So really impressive.
And if you're the Cougars here, you know, definitely want to look for something here. Maybe a pick and roll here would help, because with this full court press, a lot of things could be exploited here. You know, you got, like I said, you have your center to the basket here. So.
Yeah. Stolen by Medina on what was going to be backcourt for the Cougars. So really no choice but to just flip it back. Otherwise, it would have been a turnover anyway. Medina, nice. Beautiful touch right there. It's a 16-point Hilltoppers lead.
There's a lot of unselfish play from the Cougars as well. I mean, they're really passing it off. No one's really going coast to coast. No one's ISOing the ball. Everybody's getting their own touches here, and I really like their play style. They just get stuff to fall. You know what I mean?
That's for sure. Medina's going to get tagged here with his first foul. It was on the floor, so Durfee up to 4. Cougars with just the 1, but they haven't had really the chance to foul, to be perfectly honest with you. Oh, and that does not fall.
That was a great move, though.
It was. Waltz, one of the 3 captains for the Cougars. That one should have gone down and just rolled off the rim. It's our first chance getting to see Medina. He's been brought up from JV. McRoy wants 3, and it's in and out. Medina tips it out to the far side, and I think he's going to get hit with a foul here as he kind of ran into the spinning John Rigo. Yeah, he's going to get hit with his second consecutive foul. That's a tough foul because you're just going for the ball.
Yeah.
You know, that wasn't purposely done.
Yeah, no, it just, as a player, you're just trying to always stay aggressive, you know, and sometimes it hurts you. You know, you get in the penalty too early, and sometimes you just got to, know when to stay off, you know. Here we go. The Cougars going to drive it in.
Yeah, and you know what, that Rigo has gone and done that a couple times tonight, and I think right now, if they can't get any open shots, that's what they got to do. Oh, that's a travel.
Oh.
They'll call a jump ball on that. Wow, that's a rough call there. I mean, quick whistle for a jump. That looked like a clear travel right there for the.
And even the last one kind of looked like a clear travel.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
They're really being lenient with these jump ball calls. You know, you don't really want to.
Rest of the starters back in for the Hilltoppers. So all 5 starters in there now for Durfee. Final 2:40. I mean, that's good for Coach.
Yeah.
He had these guys sitting for more than half of the second quarter, and the lead grew.
Wow.
Neal
nice
for
step
3.
back.
That's good.
That's a great step back. You just get separation and just let it pop, you know?
Neal with his second from downtown, and you're right, the great look there.
Yeah.
Set it up beautifully. That does not go. A little too much again for Waltz. Feeding it down to Nillen. Waits. Oh, he didn't go. Wow, I thought he was going to kind of duck down and wait for Cooper to break through.
Carrying.
But I'm surprised. I thought Nillen was just going to kind of stop and wait, let Cooper kind of fly by, and then just put it up for 2. So I'm surprised he came around.
Yeah, both these teams are being very unselfish, and I'm surprised to see that. And look at that inside feed. Wow.
Oh, Cooper Creek with the
posterized
jam.
them.
Yep. That's his first from the field in this quarter.
You know, his wingspan's almost getting up to the basket, so he can just do that at will.
Yeah. Coach Shea didn't like that call either. It's only the Cougars' second foul, and it was on the floor, so it's not going to cost them any free throws. It was on John Rigo, so this is his first. The only other foul goes to Peter Rigo.
Here we go. Durfee inbounds the ball. 1:54 left to go in the second quarter. Score is 36-21. We have 5 fouls on Durfee and 2 on Connolly.
15-point lead.
Backcourt. You're gonna call, yeah. That was a backcourt call, right?
I don't know. It didn't look it to me. You
Yeah.
know, unfortunately, we're lower.
Yeah.
I say this all the time. You know, there's a couple angles because of how low we are. You know, we got the scores table in front of us. If his foot stepped forward, that's for 3, no good. McRoy with the rebound. If his foot did step forward, inadvertently just juking forward, well, obviously, it's backcourt. And the ref was right there for it. No shot, foul on the floor.
Number 2 picks up the foul there.
That's Mullins. And again, that one on the floor as well. So Cougars' 3rd foul. McRoy will inbound. Got to get it in. Running out of time. Wow, just did get it in. Quickly out to Holly. He got it. Holy cow. I mean, Holly been quiet this quarter as well, but now 14 points, his 2nd from outside.
Well, yeah, I saw him in shoot-arounds. He's just lethal from that range. You know, he can just, if he gets a little bit of space, it just falls.
Creek can't get it to
go.
go.
Offensive rebound.
Mullins coming in. Creek wants the 3. That one won't go. Myron goes up the ladder for the rebound. They go out to Waltz. Almost lost. Rigo will take it from the free throw line. That's no good. 3 tries in a row for the Cougars, and they couldn't get one to fall.
You know, if you're Durfee here, you're really undersized down low because you have your 2 centers stepping up to fill that perimeter spot, you know? So you have McRoy down there, and he's a guard, so he's a little bit undersized down there. And it just, that's how they're getting all these offensive rebounds here. But Durfee will take it up with a minute left to go in the 2nd quarter. McRoy fires.
That's no good for McRoy. A little long, and John Rigo takes it back. Lopes behind him, strips the ball away. Medrano calling for it. Holly with it. Out to Medrano. Oh, Holly won. He was thinking about it. What a block from Cooper Creek. Took 2 points away right there.
And that was a late block, too. The ball was in the air for a little bit. So
it was.
You know.
And then Myron lost it on this end on the block, and he got it back. Shot clock is off. 20 seconds to play in the half.
Double team in the guard right here. 25.
Hilltop, that's going to be thrown away from Holly. John Rigo going down. Loses the ball. Medrano. And the Cougars will bring it in with 10.8.
Now, if you're the coach for the Cougars, you definitely have a play design for this this certain position. You know?
Oh, yeah. Coach Shea played ball when my dad was at Connolly. I mean, Coach Shea lives and breathes basketball. So he certainly, when they get down to, oh, yeah. He's been coaching forever.
Yeah,
almost taken away. 1 second. They're not going to get a shot off. No shot. That's a great defensive stand right there for the Hilltoppers. A very impressive first half. 39-23, and they held the Cougars to just 8 points in that 2nd quarter. That's one of the best halves we've seen for the Hilltoppers this season. I mean, really, 15 points here in that 2nd quarter, and again, 39-23. Hilltoppers, everything's working for them. I mean, I'd say a little bit, you know, they kind of took their foot off the gas a little bit in terms of offense, and that you credit that to the Cougars because the defense tightened up a bit. There were some fouls, lost some possession and whatnot, but still to put up 15, you're still on the plus side of it, so that's where you want to be.
Oh, yeah. And they're playing great basketball going into this, second half. And I think if you're the coach of Durfee, you just want to keep this up, you know? That's on all costs. That's all you want.
Well, that's a good word. We're going to see you on the other side of the timeout. 3rd quarter coming up next on Fred TV. Stick around.
Honor, courage, sacrifice, pride, our city. Fall River has traditionally been in the forefront of honoring our nation's soldiers, sailors, Marines, and airmen. Vietnam veterans took the initiative to secure rights to an 80% size replica of the Healing Wall for Veterans Bicentennial Park. The names of over 58,000 fallen heroes will be engraved on the 360-foot long replica wall. 100% of the money raised benefits the building of our Vietnam Veterans Memorial Wall in Fall River. Help build our wall, which is scheduled to open in 2020. The meaning? the spirit and the value of the wall is everyone's. Be part of this exceptional, once-in-a-lifetime project. To make a donation, please visit VietnamMemorialWall.org or connect with us at Facebook.com.
All right, folks, we're back here at the field house. About 30 seconds left here in the halftime break. And the Hilltoppers out to a big lead, 39-23. Put it in perspective, the Hilltoppers had 24 points in the first quarter, and they've held the Cougars to 23 for the whole first half. So it's been an outstanding effort by the Hilltoppers in, again, a game, Daniel, that we said Durfee pretty much needs. I mean, we're not in a must-win situation yet. They're 8-7, but this is a big one at home.
Yeah.
Because they're going on the road to Somerset next Tuesday. We will have that game. And then they're going to come home and play New Bedford here on senior night, a week Friday. So some tough games coming up. And the New Bedford one figures to be probably one of the toughest games of the year just because both sides, you know.
Yeah, no,
I mean, it's the rivalry aspect there, too. And last year there was some controversy here. So I know that that's one everybody's looking to. And the Hilltoppers can't wait for New Bedford to come here. But this is a game that the Hilltoppers need to take care of at home. And to say that Connolly is not lightly. You know, we're not just taking care of Connolly. I don't say that lightly. Yeah, maybe a little bit of a foul. So both sides turn the ball over here and have both possessed it in the first 15 seconds of the third. Evan Massoud and Daniel Keating with you on Fred TV. Another Fall River battle. We like these. Connolly versus Durfee. We saw Connolly and Diamond earlier. That's a good one from downtown for Peter Rigo, his first points of the night.
And that cuts it to 13.
Yeah, and you know, Coach Shea had the Cougars in the locker room there. Nera for three, no good. Had him in the locker room until halftime's 10 minutes. Had him in the locker room there until under 2 minutes. So they were talking about a lot of stuff, I'm sure. Cooper Creek, that's number 4 from downtown.
There you go. Now you're cutting it to 10. Is that a 6-0 run, right?
Yeah, and that's what I was saying earlier. Is, you know, a couple threes and they're right back in it. 10 points is not out of the, you know, not out of the question here. That's for 3 for Durfee. Lopes, no good. It's going to kick right back to him, and he drives to the basket. No good. Oh, it looks like it might have got hit in the eye.
Yep.
That's going to come out. Travel called. Yeah. Brendan McRoy going to come back in. And Lopes going to take his seat.
Go Durfee inbounding the ball here. They're still full court pressing, which is, I mean, they're staying, you know, really religious with it. So I mean, it's working for them right now. They went on a, I think it was a 6-0 run, right? Or like, was it?
It was.
Yeah.
2 points for Fletcher. He's got 6 off the bench on the night. There's a great basketball move. Back-to-back travels.
Yeah.
For the Cougars. They turn the ball over here.
You know, and their big man plays on the perimeter and on the interior as well. So, I mean, it's really just a hard matchup to guard. I mean, especially when you're undersized by that much, being Durfee.
Yeah.
And, you know, you got to be on – you can't really play zone with him out there. You know, you kind of have to play man on him.
Yeah, you do. And everything's working for Durfee. Nice job, McRoy. Out to Madrano. Oh, that was beautiful. That was beautiful. Madrano second from outside. He's got 12 points. Holly with 14. So 2 Hilltoppers into double digits. Kumani Neal with 8 points as he almost – oh, that was Fletcher. I'm sorry. Yeah, Fletcher almost stole that one away again. Creek using the height. Might have been tipped. Didn't get much on it. And that's no good. Nera defending well. Madrano out to McRoy. Nera going to where McRoy was as they start rotating. Now coming up is Nera. Wide open for Madrano. In and out. Fletcher with the rebound. Man, Madrano could have taken another 3 seconds before he took that one. That's how open he was. Durfee ball. You know, I mentioned Nera. I was talking to Nil in pregame as coach is going to call timeout. And, you know, Nillen has been playing varsity high school basketball since he was in 8th grade because he was at Connolly. And so he played for Coach Shea for 2 years, and then he and his older brother Jathan came here for his sophomore year. And so Nillen, 5 years playing varsity high school. Not many guys can say they do that. So and he was saying, you know, it's been such a great experience. He said, I've been lucky. I mean, he's had Coach Shea, he's had Coach Guimond, Matt Kurt, he took over for Coach Shea for a couple years. He played for Coach Shea. Matt was Jameson's assistant here at Durfee for a season. So, I mean, there's been some great coaches. Nillen's had a lot of the best around here to play under. And he said, you know, I'm going to miss it. He's looking at going to UMass Dartmouth because he's a senior this year. And he's actually looking at soccer, though. So probably going to be done with basketball in just a few games. And it's going to be quite the change for him. He's had, you know, good impact on both the Cougars and, you know, 2 years with Connolly, 3 years here. And he's had a nice high school career, I'll tell you. Of course, I think he'll probably do some volleyball in the spring because he did give that a try when he'd come over here because Connolly doesn't. Many teams in the area don't offer boys volleyball, believe it or not, which I find kind of surprising, to be honest with you.
Well, I mean, I don't doubt it because the school I was at last year, the boys had to play on the girls' team. So, and there was so many rules around that too. So it was, it's great that Durfee has all these different programs that, you know.
It is surprising. I mean, that's for three. No good that time. Holly on the rebound. But really, I'm really very surprised that there are not more boys volleyball teams in the area because, I mean, I really enjoy it. A lot of times we got kind of Boston teams coming in. Sometimes we play like Wareham, some Cape teams. Because it's just not enough local teams to play. I mean, Brockton has volleyball. New Bedford's got volleyball. But, like, I think they're the two closest, if I'm not mistaken. I think Taunton may, but I'm not 100% sure on that. But it's one of those, you know, Hilltopper's going to pick up that foul. And it's their first foul or a second foul. Second foul on Medrano.
Here we go. Here comes the inbound. Going to look to 13, but he's pretty covered. Oh, nice step back there. Gets the space.
And, of course, that, you know, that may look like backcourt. That's allowed on an inbound pass. And that's what happened earlier is that if you – Myron is fouled. If you get it backcourt, you get it on the other side of the court, and then you step forward and drop back. All right, then it's
backcourt.
Once you have it, it's backcourt.
But if you're inbounding from half court, you're allowed to go both sides of the playing field.
Exactly. So. Fletcher picking up his second. And Myron's going to go to the line for two. This is his first trip. He's got 4 points. And just the third trip to the line for the Cougars in the game. And on each of these 3 trips, they've missed the first shot.
They'll be hoping for a make here. That will drop to a 14-point, and it does not happen. But offensive rebound.
Look at the rebound. The height for Creek. Oh, he didn't put it back. A little too strong on that putback because he had a good look at it.
You know, he came out really strong. And, you know, I think even the coach is trying to, you know, get him back to that because, I mean, if they can continue with that and just get him on just hot again from the perimeter and even from the inside, I mean, I think they can really, really cut this deficit.
You got to credit Durfee because after those 3 threes in the first, they pretty much shut him down. Creek with just 3 points in 1.5 quarters since that first quarter when he put up 9 points. So that's all Durfee defense, and they've done a good job making adjustments. Nara probably could have been called on a foul. There was definitely contact there, but the officials not blowing the whistle. Medrano to the basket, banks it in off the glass. And
coast to coast.
Yep, he's got 14, tied with Holly. Holly had 11 in that first quarter. Just the 3-ball in the second since then. The lead keeps building here for Durfee as well. Creek lost it, and a whistle.
You know, and they truly run every single play. Not every single play, but they run a lot of plays through their centers. So, you know, and he kind of you know, has to put the team on his back in some of these situations when they just look to him down low. And And look, he's right there, just got the move.
Oh.
Block, though.
All ball that time. Good feed.
Look at
Holly,
that.
basket. 16 points for him, 19-point lead. That last foul on the floor was on Medrano, so he's got 2 this quarter, 3 for the game. Hilltoppers with 4 here in the second half. None for Connolly. And, you know, the Hilltoppers, too, getting it done in the field here as Myron goes for 3. That's short and off the back of the rim. The Hilltoppers have been to the line one time.
Wow, look at that pass.
Amazing pass. Nilanera has had a great game. That's just his first basket, though. Hilltoppers at 50 points. And their largest lead, 21 points, as the Cougars take their 3rd timeout of the game.
Much needed timeout, too.
Yeah, much needed timeout is right. The Nera picked up his first basket there, but again, the Hilltoppers doing everything from the field.
Yeah.
They really haven't been fouled. Connolly has committed 3 fouls the whole game, and as a result, only one of those resulted in a trip to the line. It was Medrano's and 1 back in the first quarter, and that was a miss. So very rarely do you see a line like that where everything's from the field. That shows you that the Hilltoppers are getting down the court, they're getting separation. Cougars defense has to tighten up. I mean, this game's getting out of hand really quickly. 10 minutes or so to play. A comeback, again, is not out of the question, but they got to make a lot more stops on defense, and they got to hit a lot more shots. They're not making shots. Just 1 from the field, in fact, here. 2 from the field here in this quarter, and that was that 6-0 run to start it, you mentioned.
Yeah.
So since that point, the Hilltoppers have put up 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11 points unanswered. So it's an 11-0 run for Durfee since the Cougars put 6 up on the board to start the 3rd quarter. So it's been a really impressive 3 to 4 minutes here for Durfee. Nice to see the marching band, and you heard them playing while we were chatting here during the timeout. Nice to have them here. And that's a different feel to the field house. Usually they're only playing at the football games. So this is nice that the marching band is here, and hopefully they'll come to a couple more games.
Yeah. See what they go for here.
Travel called.
And the coach is pretty adamant that it was not a travel.
Well, you know,
Yeah.
see, in Coach Shea's defense in a situation like that, honestly, I couldn't see it.
Yeah.
Good steal from Creek. Nice ball movement for the
pass
Cougars.
there.
Mullins, good feed to Rigo. Can't put it up, has to wait. But, you know, to Coach Shea's defense in that respect, he's standing right in front of the play, and you got an official who's, 30 feet in the other direction calling the travel, and you get an official right here on the baseline. That shouldn't be his call.
Yeah.
If you have an official right here underneath that doesn't see a travel, why are you calling it from 30 feet away behind half court?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, I agree, yeah.
So I can't tell you yes or no because I couldn't see the feet.
Yeah, same.
But Coach Shea knows his stuff. Billy knows his stuff. And if he doesn't think that's a travel, I'm going on his judgment right there. Creek to the line. Hits the first. This is his 2nd trip to the free throw line. The foul was on Medina, number 0 for the Hilltoppers. It just came back in. This is his 3rd foul. Creek hits them both. He's 3 for 4 at the line here in the game. That makes it 50-31.
Nice
McRoy for the open 3 in the corner. And he's in the book. Everybody contributing for the Hilltoppers as we come up on the final 90 seconds of the 3rd. Good feed to Creek. Oh,
Wow.
man, look at reeling that in. That's beautiful. Creek up in his total here with 7 points in this quarter. He's up to 19 points.
And he was off balance on that, too. That was a great, just to pull it in and finish.
That's where the height and the wingspan that you said, that's where it's going to help you out big time. Nobody could defend that.
No.
Not even Durfee's tallest, which, like I said, I think that would be Nilanera. I think, Morency's out there, too. They're very close in height. And those extra 4 inches or so that Cooper Creek has, no one can defend that.
No, I definitely agree. And they'll probably look to him again.
Well, that's what's working right now. So you got to
looks like a foul
crawl
right there.
back. Yeah, it sure was. Yeah, it was a foul. You probably can hear Coach saying it too. Plenty of
contact on that one, and that's the second one that he kind of got robbed from down there on the baseline.
I think we may have a shot clock issue here, so I'm going to check the official book.
And if you're the Cougars here, you're down by 22, I believe, right? Yeah. So
yeah, it should be 33 on the. Yeah, coach is noticing it. It says 31 points, but it should be 33 for the Hilltoppers because Cooper just had that. He had that last.
Thank you.
Yeah, and we're fixing that now. So it's officially 20 point.
20 points.
So 53-33, the score is right.
See what happens here.
Yeah, well now basically that was an official timeout, so
Yeah.
now the Hilltoppers get a fresh shot clock and they inbound the ball. Oh, thrown at the feet of Cooper Creek. Luckily it didn't go too far out because you could have said it was a kick ball.
Yeah.
But he got the hands on it first.
Inside again.
Good pass to him.
Wow. Dude, I didn't see anything on that.
No.
He just took a step back and shot it.
Gilliard tagged on his first foul. And Creek back at the line hits another. Both shots good
Now
for
you're down
Cooper
by 18.
Creek. Yeah,
5 seconds left.
having a really good 2, 4, 6, 9 points here in the third. Cooper Creek going to pick up his first foul. It's the Cougars. Oh, I'm sorry. No, not Cooper Creek. That's on Myron.
Well, as I was talking about in the last game, as soon as you start to split the defense, it's foul pretty much every time because you got two guys trying to step up and then one of them contact on the the player playing offense, and that's pretty much every time.
Somehow Medina, and you're right by the way,
Yeah.
somehow Medina came away with that without a foul and without losing the ball. 5 seconds now. Holly going to take the three, and it's good. Javon Holly, 19 points in the game,
Wow.
and it's 56-35.
Putting on a great show right now for the fans here.
12 points for the Cougars in that quarter, 9 of them thanks to Cooper Creek. He's kept them, I guess you could say, somewhat in the game. A 21-point lead is not where the Cougars want to be. They've fallen further behind from where they were at halftime. But if it wasn't for Cooper Creek, this one would have been over after the third here. So
Yeah.
the Cougars, again, they're getting overpowered on the floor. Some of the turnovers we saw after the timeout, it's protecting the ball and getting those shots. And unfortunately, they haven't been able to do that with much success. It's all Durfee defense. It's really what it's come down to. 17 points for the Hilltoppers in the third quarter. They had, again, 24 in the first. That was the most by either side.
Yeah.
But now 17, second highest for any quarter in this game. It's been very impressive, the Hilltoppers. This has been one of their best performances we've seen in quite some time. And again, everybody contributing. That's what's really kind of made this very different than some of the games in the past.
No, they're playing great, no doubt about it. And I think if you're Connolly here, you definitely want to move the momentum here as much as you can. You know.
So the fourth quarter about to begin here at Durfee High School.
And if you're Connolly, you have to play 8 minutes of just your best basketball. I mean,
yeah, perfect basketball.
Inside
like
pass,
that.
yeah.
You can't have bad passes. That's a possession gone right there.
You have to be almost perfect throughout this 8 minutes. You know, you can't really afford any big costly mistakes.
I think the basket's going to count.
And big costly mistakes, just giving the man the open lane to the basket. You know, as soon as you know, he gets that first, you know, step out, it's just over. The center can't get there in time.
So Rigo picks up his third foul. Third team foul. And this is the first free throw for the Hilltoppers since the first quarter.
Yeah.
And it's good. So a three-point play right there, 59-35. And Anthony Lopes, by the way, who just came in as his first minutes of the game, got that basket. So that's the 9th Hilltopper with points in the game. That shows you how much they're spreading out the scoring.
Inside.
Nice move to the basket from Peter Rigo. His second from the field. Now Medina back out to Lopes, almost lost it.
And they need their best defense here, you know, and then they're really coming out strong here. Hopefully they can just get a few stops.
Yeah, McRoy gonna pick up a foul. And that one's on, I believe, on Mullins. It looked like, oh no, they gave it on, it's on Peter Rigo now, his fourth. McRoy.
Yeah, he's such a great free throw shooter. And,
Yeah, he's got a good release. Hilltoppers up to 60 points now. And that was the first full trip to the line as well. Again, coming in the fourth year. First time Durfee's taken 2 shots from the foul line. That's amazing. What a putback from Cooper Creek. Again, we've seen that a couple times, and that's the height there just pays off every time. There's a shove offensively for Lopes, and it goes to blind eyes, I guess you can say. Ty Lopes with the 3 ball.
And that definitely hurts the you know, the Connolly offense here.
Yeah, the lead now at 25. That's, I believe, the largest lead of the night now. Going to the corner to Myron. McRoy is there. He's pushing off. Ooh, almost a travel. The feet were kind of fluttering when he was trying to get set there.
You know, as a player, you never really want to get that, you know, that close to the baseline when you're driving. You always want to take the step more to the left instead of the right on this side of the court here. Because, you know, that could have went both ways. He could have, you know, stepped out just by a little bit because he was right on the line as well. So.
Oh, yeah. Well, and that's why I think you saw his feet kind of fluttering a little bit because he wasn't set, and that's why I thought we'd see a foul. One foot was not, he had different feet planted, that's for sure. Jacob Pereira, number 15, checking into the game, has not seen much action this season, but good to see him into the game as well as Coach Guimond going to start using some subs here.
Nice
Beautiful. So Cooper Creek here had 12 points in that first half. He now has 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 13 here in the second half. 25 for the game.
And unless somebody steps up, I think he's going to be the guy that has to, you know, really.
Oh, good feed from Nera underneath. Second chance effort for Anthony Lopes. It's good. 5 points off the bench here for him in the fourth quarter. But you're right. Creek has more than half the Cougars' points, and that's where you need someone else to step up. And John Rigo kind of been shut down in this game. He's got 7 points, but when you look at, you know, he had such a big game against Diamond there. 26 points for him in that one, and the Cougars had put up 68 points, so he had a third of the points. He's been pretty quiet tonight, you know, when you look at it that way, and nothing here in the second half. All 7 of his points came in the first half. McRoy reels it in. It was going out of play. Double teamed in the corner. And looks like he was fouled. 5th foul for the Cougars. Kind of racking them up here over the last couple minutes. It's just the first foul on Benjamin Waltz. McRoy looking, searching, gets the bouncer into Lopes.
Nice inside pass there.
Steps back for 3.
Wow.
Oh my gosh. How about it?
You know, if you're feeling it, you just gotta let it. Just gotta let it fly. I mean, I'm pretty sure he felt it as soon as he went down the baseline. Just took a step back, nice 3-pointer.
And that was like college range too. That was pretty far.
Wow.
Like this from Cooper Creek. Oh! That's his 5th from downtown.
You know, and he has, like you said, he has over half the team's points. And I think, if just judging by the way they're playing right now, they're going to keep running it through him. So he should rack up a couple more.
Oh, thrown away by Pereira. Good placement there from Mullins. Good
Oh,
steal.
wow.
Oh! Yeah, he goes tumbling down. The foul should be coming here on Lopes. He was, that's on Lopes. Lopes just pick it, believe it or not, just his first. 17 foul for the Hilltoppers, so now the Cougars into bonus. Mullins looking for his first points. He's going to go to the line. This should be 2 shots, though, because I think they didn't call that on the floor.
Well, they're also in the bonus as well. So, I mean, I think. Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure that one was on the floor.
Yeah, no, it was.
So this is, that's why the quick substitution, getting Gilliard in there in case the first one missed. But Mullins does hit it, so he's in the book now with points. Second one good as well.
There you have a 13-point deficit, I believe. And, am I correct? I think so.
23.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, 23. Tipped out of play by Cooper Creek. And for the Cougars at the line, they've had 12 free throws. They're 8 for 12 in the game after those 2 that were just made. McRoy's had a good game here. Some points off the bench, the 3-ball, a couple free throws, some good ball movement.
Now, if you're Durfee here, you want to waste as much clock as possible.
Oh, yeah, with the big lead, it's not necessarily time to run up the score, but Nera, beautiful drive to the basket underneath. 71-46. Creek wants another.
Wow.
This would be number 6.
Wow. What a performance from the 3-point line.
What a show. 31 points for Cooper Creek.
Wow, look at that. The hustle. I'll argue it's out of bounds, though.
Yeah.
Going Durfee's way.
Now, the Hilltoppers did not make the tournament last year, and I know that was a goal here this year to get back there, because it is very rare to not have Hilltoppers in the tournament. And this win tonight, the score holds up, which it looks like it will. Anthony Lopes wanted 3, no good. Pereira puts it up, no good. May get a second chance, no, out of play. Should be Durfee ball. I know that the Hilltoppers really want to get back there, and been a good turnaround. It's been a solid season for Durfee. Looks like Nera's night probably done. Yeah, much better season than a year ago, that's for sure. Still got to finish strong. They kick it out to Medina.
Now, if you're Connolly, you don't want to count yourself out necessarily in this situation, but it's kind of getting getting very tough now with this score. And they're going to look for their center for another 3.
No good that time. Medina with the rebound. No, you're right. I mean, you got to play to the buzzer, and that's, I mean, any coach. That's one of Coach Shea's mantras. I mean, you play to the buzzer. That's it. It doesn't matter what the score is. 100% effort. But you're right. I mean, the score is what it is. And with 3 minutes to play now, the odds are very much against the Cougars here for any kind of a comeback.
Well,
no shot.
You always want to play like a 0-0, so, you know, just kind of forget everything, you know, that's going on in the game and just kind of trying to stay focused on the game.
Durfee's 8th foul, the 2nd for Gilliard. And it's going to be a 1-and-1. Coming out is Benjamin Waltz. No points for him in the game. And Cooper Creek, 5 for 6 at the line, 1-and-1. And that first one is good.
Such a great free throw shooter.
Oh, yeah. Now 32 points. The Cougars have 50 for the game, 32 for Cooper. 33 now. That's incredible.
And besides for, you know, Cooper Creek, there really hasn't been any other standout player in this game. I mean, there was a couple in the first quarter, but in the fourth quarter, they've kind of been like outshined by every single one of the Durfee players. You know, and everybody on Durfee is really firing on all cylinders here. And you'll see Karam check in here.
Yeah, John's going to get ready to come in. But you're right. Now, that's the thing. Cooper, that one no good either.
Offensive
the rebound. Jamison Souza. He lost it, though, to Medina. That's the thing is, you're right. And the Cougars, the Hilltoppers have done a really good job. Again, that defense has been so strong all night that they've been able to. McRoy gets the basket. They've been able to really stymie everybody else for the Hilltoppers. Or for the Cougars, rather, other than Cooper Creek. And I think that has to be the game plan when you're coming in. I mean, if you can, one man isn't going to beat you. As dynamic as Cooper Creek is, one guy is not going to beat you.
Yeah, especially with this Durfee team, you know.
Yeah, if you can stymie 4 of the starters, well, you know, there you go. That's what you're looking to do. Creek, if you take away those 6 from downtown, that's 18 of his 34 points.
Yeah.
Or 33 points. So you take those away and you give some 2s to other people, you're taking points off the board right there. So this has really been, Creek's had an incredible game, but the Hilltoppers defense, I think, is really the story because Connolly's got a great offense. This is a good team this year. And the Cougars are, I should say the Hilltoppers really are putting it to them, that's for sure. 73-51. And we got to go down the other end. Everybody seemed to forget where timeout was called. Bunch of subs came in again as well. So we have Paxton Creek, number 21. He's up from JV. John Rigo there with the ball. They get it to Paxton. We also have Jamison Souza again, number 3's in there.
Just hop step there.
Nice job. Paxton in the book here.
You know, it was a difficult shot to hit as well because he was off of 1 foot and kind of coming from the corner as well. So it's definitely not the easiest points, but needless to say, they are points.
Pereira for 3, no good. It's short. McRoy gets the rebound. It hit the rim, so we reset the shot clock as well. Again, Johnny Karam in there as well now. Who wants
nice
it?
Offensive rebound.
Gilliard, 2 different chances. Out of play it goes. Also in there for the Cougars from JV, Mateo Humphrey and
he played
Jerry
for,
Santos.
And he was playing JV as well, so he's on minute restrictions, but needless to say, he is playing.
Yep, so they're getting a few minutes here late in the fourth quarter.
It's always good to give, you know, people less in the rotation as well to, you know, get some experience on the varsity level. And you'll see the ball sail out of bounds here. I think it's going Durfee's way, right? Yes.
Yeah, Santos lost his footing, kind of spun it out. Oh, we got one of the Hilltoppers going to work on the laces there down the other side. Now we're ready to rock. So 90 seconds to play.
So looking at like the future for Durfee here, they have Somerset. When is that? That's at Somerset.
That's a week from tonight for the Hilltoppers. And we can pull up the schedule right now.
You know that's definitely a
Medina. 3 in and out, no good. Yeah, so tonight, hosting Connolly, they got a week off, going to Somerset, and then they come home, New Bedford, then they go to Connolly, and then they have to go to Attleboro. That's going to be a tough game at the end of the year. put in there by Gilliard, and he is now the 10th Hilltopper with points.
Yeah, definitely Karam, you can see he's a crowd favorite every time he gets the ball.
I know. So, yeah, I mean, really, this is why this one was such a big game here for Durfee, because now you just need one to get in. I mean, obviously, you don't want to settle for 10 and 10.
Yeah.
And Durfee knows that. You know, Coach Guimond knows that. Karam for 3. Oh, in and out!
I was hoping that would fall just for the crowd's sake.
Oh, man. 10 seconds. Whistle.
You know, and even with them down by this much, you know, they're still playing to the final buzzer, and they're in pretty good shape as well as a team. You know, they're already in the playoffs, so.
It looks like the foul is on Gilliard, his third. 1-1. Paxton Creek will go to the line here. And the officials didn't even tell us who the heck had the foul.
Yeah. Guessing game.
Really. Nice free throw there. Well, 10.8. Mr. Karam may get another chance.
Yeah. I'm rooting for him.
That one will fall as well. So Paxton Creek.
And I'm interested to see what happens here.
It looks like Durfee just going to run it out. I don't know. McRoy, quick feed to
here
the
we go.
corner. Back to McRoy. Back to Karam. Buzzer 3. Long, no good. Well, I'll tell you, the Cougars put up 20 points in that fourth quarter. And that's what I mean. Like, I know some of the subs are in for Durfee, but the Cougars can put up points very quickly. You know, for the Hilltoppers, they put up 19. So they never let off the pedal.
Yeah, no, it was great performance.
This was a really, really fun game. You know, anytime two Fall River teams square off, we always enjoy that because it's a home game for both. And you know, obviously there's going to be a winner and a loser, but it's kind of a win for both sides.
Yeah.
It's definitely a win for us because, you know, you get to see both sides at it that are both from Fall River. So with the Cougars, definitely a bit overmatched tonight, I would say, against Durfee. This was one of the best performances I've seen from Durfee from start to finish. Definitely, I'd say this season, maybe even going back another season or so as well. This was a very, very impressive night for the Hilltoppers.
I agree.
So 75 to 55, a 20-point victory for Durfee here on their home court. It's win number 9. They need just one more for the state tournament. Connolly drops to 12-4. All right, Daniel, nice job tonight. This was Daniel's first time broadcasting here on Fred TV. Did a really good job. So we'll have you back, okay? We'll have you back. So we had a great crew behind the scenes. Katarina directing. Pauline stepped in on camera. We have Nathan on camera. We had Noah working JV with us. Francis broadcasted with you during JV. So really a big team effort. We had Video Club working tonight and crew in the game. So this was a real team effort, and we're glad we were able to bring you doubleheader action on Fred TV.
Thank you.
All right. So for all of us behind the scenes, I'm Evan Massoud saying so long from Durfee.
I'm Daniel Keating.
Have a great rest of the week.